All right, you ready? Ready? Greetings from Columbia, South Carolina and Dreher High School. It is your site for the Class 3A Duels Wrestling State Championship. The Belton-Honea Path Bears, the upper state champs with a 31-2 record, set to square off against the Chapin Eagles, the lower state champs with a 37-7 record. Chapin looking for redemption after losing the title a year ago. Hello everybody, I am Birch Antley, joined by Bill Pierce, our expert of the day, former head coach over at Irmo High School in the Columbia area. Chapin, storied tradition, Belton-Honea Path, they're coming in hungry for a state championship as well.
Yes, they are. They had a really tough road here to the finals, going through a very tough 3A upper state tournament. But Chapin, lost a close match last year, came down to the final match in the state finals, and they're very hungry and fired up, and really took it to a very tough St. James team in the lower state finals Wednesday.
Well, the Belton-Honea Path Bears, there's their roster for the upper state champs with an excellent record, and they are led by head coach Chris Strickland, and we caught up with Coach Strickland just moments ago to see what he had to say about his team's chances here in the state championship.
Belton-Honea Path is a small community that has a good tradition of wrestling, but it's been 20 years since we had the opportunity to win a state championship. 20 years this year, actually, and our community has really surrounded us, and we're on a lot of the shoulders of people that's wrestled for BHP in the past, a lot of tradition, so we're just really stoked and happy to be here.
What is so special about this year's Bears?
Well, we've got a good group of seniors. It's been in the program for a long time. They wrestle really hard. They've got tremendous heart. We've really worked hard to get here. We've been through the meat grinder, through the upper states, and I feel like our senior leadership's really led us here today.
On the other side of the mat, the Chapin Eagles, they are hungry as they came up short a year ago to West Oak, and they have a bit of a chip on their shoulder.
Yes, they do, and they came out of the lower state finals and showed that chip, came out with a lot of fire, a lot of intensity, and took it to a very, very strong St. James team.
Well, let's take a look at the Chapin Eagles roster. As you see the fans already filing into the gym here at Dreher High School. They are a senior-heavy team, the Chapin Eagles. We caught up with their head coach, Ken Wilson, just moments ago, and he says this Chapin Eagle team is very special this year.
It's a special day. It's a special moment in these kids' lives. They'll never forget it. There's no place I'd rather be or no place they'd rather be today than right here in this gym.
What's so special about this year's team?
They're just such a tight-knit group. They've been together since they've been little guys in rec league, and they know each other. They mess around with each other all the time, and they're just excited to be here, and they're an exciting group to be around.
Well, we are looking forward to a lot of fun on the floor when we return to Columbia and Dreher High School. We'll get this championship underway between Belton-Honea Path and Chapin. Keep it right here on the SCHSL Network.
It means a tremendous amount,
We're back at Dreher High School in the capital city of Columbia and ready for the Class 3A Duels Wrestling State Championship and what should be a fantastic matchup between two talented teams. Belton-Honea out of the upper state, the lower state champs, the Chapin Eagles. We've got a packed gymnasium here at Dreher High School. Birch Antley, Bill Pierce with you. And Bill, we're going to start out in the 126-pound weight class.
Yeah, it should be a good starting point for Chapin. That they're strong as they get up into those middle to upper weights. So BHP is going to need to try and capitalize down here in the lower weights and try and get a little bit of a lead before they get to the middle weights, where they're a little more susceptible to giving up points.
All right, we are ready to get this match underway. For Chapin, we'll have Chandler Owens. Chandler Owens on the mat for the Chapin Eagles as we are underway here from Dreher High School. Chapin will have the green, BHP red. As you see the tape on the ankles, and that's how we determine who gets the points from the official.
Both wrestlers have come out very aggressive in this match, hand fighting hard, trying to get position. Both kind of trying some half shots, and now BHP is in on a single leg. Chapin is trying to counter. BHP is coming out the back door, trying to get some elevation to try and finish this shot.
BHP with a hold on that ankle, and nice turnaround there for BHP.
He's got a cradle locked up, and that's a 2-point takedown, and that cradle's locked. Chapin needs to be careful here.
It's Chandler Owens on his stomach for Chapin. BHP wrestler trying to turn Owens over.
Oh, the BHP wrestler scooped that bottom leg in that near side cradle. And he's going to have to try and get his lock of his hands up towards the Chapin's head and run that leg towards his head and put him on his back.
As you see, he's got the left arm of Owens on the underhook.
Chapin did a good job to break that lock and keep from going to their back. And now he needs to work for his escape or reversal.
20 seconds remaining in the first period. Belton-Honea leading 2-0 here in our first match, 126-pound weight class. What do you like so far from the wrestler from BHP, Bill?
I think he's been very aggressive. Good position. He got in on a good shot, finished, even though that Chapin was countering pretty hard. It seems like he's fired up. He's ready to go. And as I said, I think this is really where BHP needs to get some points down low, because once they get to the middleweights, I think Chapin's favored there with a state champ and a couple of returning place winners.
A lot of talented individual wrestlers on both teams.
Very much so, yes. We'll see some good wrestling today, I think.
Belton-Honea in the Anderson, South Carolina area. Chapin, the heart of Lake Murray country, just outside of Columbia.
Chapin reaching for that leg, but BHP's countering hard. Chapin probably needs to try and come out here neutral.
Still 2-0. BHP Bears. BHP in the red singlet, Chapin in the blue.
And that was our first stalemate call of the championships. If no wrestler is improving their position, the referee will stop and restart them, calling a stalemate.
Which is different from stalling.
Right. Nobody's penalized. It's just the referee realizes that a position cannot be improved upon in the way that they're tied up, and will stop it and get a fresh start.
Both wrestlers collared up here. They step out of bounds. And back to the neutral position in the center circle. There's a shoot right there by the by the Belton-Honea wrestler.
Nice outside shot, but Chapin's got his hips back. He needs to move his feet and pressure that head down, and BHP needs to do exactly what he's doing. Keep trying to walk into it and get that angle to try and score, and as you see, he's circling the leg, trying to get an angle to where he can finish that shot and get his 2 points, and Chapin is trying to stay flush with him and put some pressure down. Now BHP is coming up through the middle, trying to split the middle, Chapin's doing a good job of countering there. We might have another stalemate situation, and there we go.
We do, yep. Tell you what, this is a great way to get this highly anticipated championship underway. A great match so far.
It is, and the fans at home can hear that it's a really good vocal crowd. It's a great atmosphere for high school wrestling, this match.
Yeah, it is very, very loud. We are situated with our broadcast position with the Chapin fans who are back. Obviously, Chapin a lot closer to Dreher High School than Belton-Honea Path, so they brought just about everybody. But Belton-Honea Path across the way, an outstanding crowd as well. Very loud and vocal as they are celebrating this 2-point lead right here as we head into the third and final period. Bill, very exciting. Very exciting first 2 periods.
Very, and you know, it looks like fairly evenly matched wrestlers going after it. So BHP has been a little bit more the aggressor, has put the points up.
Chandler Owens quickly up. BHP takes him right down hard to the mat. There's a good look at the determination upon the faces of these wrestlers, especially Chandler Owens.
BHP's running an arm bar, and he had it seat-belted up, but Owens did a good job of shifting his weight, keep him. Oh, now he's got a double chicken wing locked up. He's going to try and step over the head, but he goes out of bounds. It's a good thing for Chapin. Very difficult position to get out of.
Bill, I think that our viewers at home will probably agree with me as they're taking a look at Chandler Owens that the sport of wrestling is really made for broadcast. As you know, what other sport can you really just see the determination, the emotion, the grit and determination in these competitors' faces?
You know, it's an individual sport, but even in other individual sports like tennis and golf, you know, it's not as physical. So these guys are intense and they're focused and they're determined that they're going to go out and physically beat their opponent in a combat situation. So the intensity level is going to be high, and these kids are going to be fired up for this match being the state finals.
And yes, they're competing individually, but they are competing for the greater good, and that is the team
for
trophy.
Their team.
Each of these matches results in points for the team.
Right, and you'll see a lot of chances being taken by these wrestlers that they wouldn't normally take in an individual tournament where they were just wrestling for themselves. But because they're wrestling for their team, a lot of times they'll push to try and get back points that might not be there, and maybe even put themselves in a little bit of danger trying to get those bonus points for their team.
All right, now we are back to live action as Chandler Owens appears to be okay as he got some instruction from his coaches on the bench.
And Owens really needs to work here. He's down by 2, and he could really use at least an escape, if not a reversal here, to get that score closer, because he's only got about a minute left in this match.
BHP doing a great job of maintaining position, keeping balance.
BHP is riding that arm bar really, really tight, putting a lot of pressure on Owens' shoulders and back.
And he's making Owens have to expend a lot more energy with Owens in that disadvantaged position.
That's right, Birch. He's not giving Chapin any room to move and keeping a lot of pressure on him, and that takes a lot out of you as a bottom wrestler. You're carrying someone else's weight, they're driving that down into you, and you're still trying to improve. You have to expend a lot of energy on the bottom, especially when you have someone like this BHP kid really putting the screws to you.
You get a good look there at the eyes and the face of a competitor.
Right.
BHP trying to hold on here for the final 18 seconds.
And in this position, BHP really needs to walk his hips out a little bit and scoop that head under if he wants back points. But I think what he's really trying to do is just tie up the Chapin wrestler so that he can win this match.
He's going to be careful not to get pointed for stalling, and
right.
He will not, and that's going to be a decision, 3 points.
And that's a big win for BHP.
So BHP takes the first match in a decision, and they will pick up 3 points in the team competition here. So now we will move along from the 126 to the 132. 132 pounds is Eric Bittinger for Chapin. Left of your screen in the blue single.
Oh, nice pass by attempt by BHP, but Chapin countered out of it. Looking for his front headlock position. Trying to bring the BHP wrestler to the mat, and they go out of bounds.
BHP working hard, left side of your screen there. And that is Dylan Gary on the mat for BHP, I do believe. I think he may have bumped up in weight. No score. Actually, it's 3 points on the board for BHP. So BHP leading this match 3-0. Check that no score. I was looking at the overall team score. No score in this match during the 132-pound classification.
No, but BHP really seems to be controlling the ties right now and getting in the better positions. He's in a front headlock position now, trying to go. He's locked through the crotch. Chapin's in on his leg. No points yet, and it's another stalemate situation.
Second of this championship.
And that's good. This official isn't really letting them just sit there in a unattainable position very long. He's calling the stalemate and getting them back up on their feet going.
Eric Bittinger on the mat for Chapin. We do not have a name on the roster for the wrestler from BHP, unfortunately. Bears leading 3-0. But no score here in this match.
Oh, nice little arm pass to a single leg. He's got it up high. He should score here. And he does, and he's got a near side cradle locked up. Chapin's in trouble.
Well, he could string together some points here. He's looking for a fall.
And time runs out.
Saved by the buzzer, Bittinger.
Nice job by BHP. He had a really nice little elbow pass to set that shot up and got in there, and then immediately looked for the near side cradle to try and get his bonus.
And that was all established by the aggression of the BHP wrestler. He saw a little crease there, shot for it, and used his quickness to break the defense there of Bittinger, and he's able to pick up 4 points.
Exactly, Birch. He's used motion, and the wrestlers that have the most motion are able to set up their shots a little better and not make themselves a target for an offensive wrestler attack. So, yeah, his motion really helped him out there, and his aggressive hand fighting. And he's getting in. He's in on a double right now. He's going to score. Very nice shot. I think he's taking control of this match.
Here in the second period, BHP with a 4-0 lead. BHP in the red, Chapin in the blue.
And Chapin's been called for stalling. He's not trying to improve his position.
That makes it 6-0 now.
It's tough to improve your position when you've got someone as active as this BHP wrestler on top of you, really working hard.
Bittinger trying to torque the ankle of the BHP wrestler, but the BHP competitor is able to grab that wrist there of Bittinger, and he's got Bittinger locked in.
That's a very good scoring position for BHP. Unfortunately, he did that out of bounds. He needs to do that in the center of the mat if he wants to get some points.
Bittinger on bottom. BHP again controlling the position here, Bill.
They really are, and they have really come out to wrestle. He's got that arm bar tight. Chapin's going to go over, and this could be a pin here.
Bittinger trying to kick out.
I think Chapin's loosened. Oh, he just stepped back over.
He's got it. There it is. That's 6 points.
Big, big fall for BHP. Belton-Honea pass showed up to wrestle today. And I would have expected this. They had a rough road through the a trial by fire, if you will, through the upper state playoffs, having to beat a very solid York team and perennial power East Side in the quarters, and then defending state champs West Oak in the semis. So they've had tough matches leading up to this match.
And they put together a great regular season and playoff record. BHP, I think some people may have kind of overlooked them a little bit, but in the SC MAT rankings, BHP ranked ahead of Chapin.
They really surprised a lot of us that weren't that familiar with Belton-Honea Path coming out, because the teams that they beat on the way to get here, Eastside, which is a perennial state finalist, West Oak, the defending state champs, and York that had a very solid season. That's impressive. Now, Chapin on their end, they beat a very solid St. James team in the lower state finals, but they haven't been challenged as much in the other matches leading up to that lower state final.
Forrest Touchberry wrestling for Chapin, 138-pound weight class.
Touchberry's an interesting story. He moved here from Pennsylvania, where he was fairly highly regarded there for his senior year, and just became eligible this semester. So look for this kid to be very active, very good, especially in the top position, as Pennsylvania wrestlers are known for being very good advanced position wrestlers.
Coleman Gary is the wrestler for BHP. He's a senior. Gary, left of your screen, now to the right.
Touchberry head snaps down to a front headlock, and he's looking to get behind, spin behind. He stepped over the leg. That should be 2.
So the first points of the championship for Chapin come from Touchberry as he picks up 2 points here on Coleman Gary.
Yeah, and look for Coleman Gary to have a lot of problems getting off the bottom. As I said, Pennsylvania wrestlers are known for their riding skills on top. And I saw Touchberry wrestle last Wednesday, and he is very, very good on top. Right there, he's looking for a tilt. He didn't quite get it, but he's trying to get him into his hips, load him up onto his hips. BHP's doing a very good job not going over.
Gary just trying to swim away. Touchberry does a good job of controlling that wrist.
Yeah, and now he's got both his legs in, and one leg in, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on BHP. He's got that wrist controlled. If he can put his other arm on the back of the BHP's wrestler's neck and lock up there, that would probably help. Now he's switched out of legs, and he's looking for a Turk. But BHP's doing a good job of countering, but he's really just trying to do it from his stomach, and he gets dinged for stalling.
Boy, Touchberry really is talented with his riding skills there.
He is, and it's a little bit unfair for the BHP kid, but if you're laying on your stomach and really not working to get back to your base and improve your position, you're going to get hit by the ref stalling. So he's got to figure out a way where he can either stay off the bottom or at least be able to work off his stomach.
Our officials for this 3A state championship, the head official, Dino White. And he is assisted by Sean Swoop, 2 very experienced and highly regarded officials here in South Carolina. And again, Touchberry takes control on top, just riding Coleman Gary here in the second period.
Yeah, BHP I think took a shot that was not set up very well, and Chapin was able to counter that and get behind for an easy 2 points. And now BHP's in trouble again because he's on the bottom. He is trying to work up, but Chapin's got a over cradle hooked.
And Coleman Gary has to work 2 times harder than Touchberry whenever he is on the bottom, Bill. Touchberry can kind of use his weight to grab a little breather here and there, but for Coleman Gary, he's having to expend a lot more energy than Touchberry.
Right, and once again, BHP just got hit for stalling, and that's a point for Chapin. It's so much, as a top wrestler, you not only get to just punish your bottom opponent, but you don't have to expend as much energy as the bottom man. The bottom man's carrying all your weight, and he's still trying to work while you're actually putting all that pressure on him. It's very, very exhausting. You do not want to stay on the bottom. And eventually, if Chapin keeps this kind of pressure on him, it'll be easier to turn the bottom man because he will get tired. Now, nice escape. They're back on their feet. Now let's see if BHP can string together a takedown and get himself back into this match.
Yeah, and he gets a point for that.
He got a point, but Chapin's in on a single leg. He's starting to get his angle. BHP's doing a good job of getting his hips down and countering.
Coleman Gary trying to put together a little run here.
No control yet, and if neither wrestler, time runs out.
Touchberry looking over to his coaches. Head coach Ken Wilson, who's assisted by Logan Kubik. Logan Kubik, a year ago, was the interim head coach for Chapin, bringing the squad to the state championship. We mentioned they lost in a close battle to West Oak.
Very good job by Coach Kubik as interim coach to get them here, and yes, they did. It came down to the very last match. Lost a heartbreaker, but they've now got a very experienced, accomplished head coach in, and so I expect him to have this team ready to win this title this year, but obviously BHP is not going to go quietly.
BHP with a 9-0 lead, but trailing in this third match here in the third period. Touchberry with a 5-1 advantage on Coleman Gary.
Well, he's got to be careful here. He's got to watch his weight when he gets legs in. He's getting a little high and extended, but it looks like he's going to get turned to 1 count. Got to get a 2 count to get points. Nope.
Well, Coleman Gary's doing a great job of, if this does end in a decision, just keeping it to a 3-point decision.
He is.
Touchberry prevails.
And I'm not familiar with the BHP wrestler, but I'm assuming that their coaches really wanted it to be just a close decision, because the Chapin kid moving here from PA, where he's highly thought of as a talented wrestler. BHP gave up another stall call, but he gets the reversal.
That's so 2 points for the reversal.
He's got this match back within 3. If he can get some near fall points, he can knot this up. He's got 45 seconds to do it. And this is where we have to see how Chapin's going to do. The Chapin team is in really good condition this year, but as I said before, Touchberry just became eligible this second semester, so he hasn't had as much competition as everybody else, and we'll see if that affects his stamina or not.
Coleman Gary now on top of Touchberry, trying to wear Touchberry down a little bit with 20 seconds remaining. Gary needs 3 points to tie. Otherwise, it's going to be a decision in favor of Chapin.
Got it.
That's a point for Touchberry.
BHP gave up the reversal, but to his credit, he gave that up because he was looking for those points. He was trying to get his team points.
So Chapin has points on the board thanks to a good match by Forrest Touchberry.
And I would say BHP got what they wanted out of that match by not giving up any bonus points and keeping it to just a regular decision. Good job by the BHP wrestler.
So it's 9-3. 9-3, Chapin, as we move along to 145 pounds. Chad Swindell on the mat for Chapin. And Swindell is a very talented wrestler. I've seen him before.
He's the younger brother of their return state champ, and I don't want to get Becky Swindell mad at me, so I need to make sure I pronounce it Swindell and not Swindle. But yes, he's the younger brother of a state champ, and you know, good wrestling runs in this family.
Blake Mathis on the mat for the Bears of Belton-Honea. Mathis is a sophomore. Swindell in the blue, Mathis in the red. Chapin looking for a pinfall to tie this match at 9. You know they'll be satisfied with a decision.
Yeah, as I said, you know, the meat of their lineup is coming up, so they want to try and get as many victories as they can here, counting on some of their better ranked guys to come through with some bonus. Shot by BHP, but he's underneath the hips of Chapin. Chapin's doing a good job. He needs to move his feet back and keep readjusting his weight. And BHP's doing a good job sticking with it, moving forward and trying to get that angle. He now's got that leg hooked. If he can keep coming around and stand up and come through the crotch, he could get points, but no, got out of it and they went out of bounds. Good job by Chapin there.
So they'll start in the neutral position here with 38 seconds remaining, first period. Blake Mathis going against Swindell, Chad Swindell for Chapin. Circle over into the center circle.
20 seconds, you know. As they get close to the out of bounds, someone needs to take a chance here, try and get some points.
Mathis goes low.
Nice single leg shot, but once again, Chapin's kind of stopped him and got his hips down.
Yeah. How about Swindell just doing an excellent job of widening his base whenever the BHP wrestler shoots in like that.
Very good defensively. Has stopped 2 pretty decent shots.
Good reaction time.
I think BHP could do a little better job setting those shots up, give himself an advantage. A little confusion here as to who has choice and where they're going. BHP is going to start the second period on the bottom.
Swindell had the choice here. He chooses top.
Well, I know the Swindell family, as both brothers like to ride legs. They're very comfortable in the leg position on top. They're kind of funky wrestlers. So I'm sure he feels very comfortable there. He's got his leg in and a power half, but he's got to be careful here. He's got to be careful he doesn't get too high and get off balance, and good job bringing the BHP wrestler back to the mat.
Yeah, great job of keeping his balance, as you said, Bill, because what happens if he does elevate too high, then he loses control, and the BHP wrestler just basically will take him
slide right off, and
back
BHP will get an easy reversal. And that could happen here. Once again, he's getting a little too high. BHP's doing a good job. If he swims his left arm up for the head, he should be able to get the reversal. He's trying to swim now. She needs to shake a little bit, shake his hips and swim his arms, and it looks like he's going to get the reversal.
He did.
That's the danger of riding legs. It's a very effective ride, but if you get a little too high and get off balance, it's very easy to give up a reversal from that position.
The officials did not give the BHP wrestler Blake Mathis points for the reversal. Score remains. Well, they did give him
the points. It was 0-0 after the first.
Yep. That's 2-0 for Mathis and BHP, and they lead the overall 9-3. And now Swindell in a bit of a predicament here as Mathis takes the dominating position, riding the back of Swindell.
Swindell tried a switch off the whistle and didn't get it. Now he needs to readjust and try and work up, but BHP is putting a lot of pressure on him. Got that arm across his back, hammer locked, and is looking for the Hassmans. He needs to put his elbow in the headgear and move the head. He needs to flatten him out before he tries to lock it. Now he's got it locked. Oh, he slipped it.
Escapes. Slips out of it.
He's still got that arm trapped, and he's working it tight. Chapin needs to shift his weight. Get his hips up here and not let him throw him over. Good job by Chapin getting to his feet. Now he needs to drag out of this position. Come up neutral.
Boy, Swindell did his job right there, did he not?
I don't know if they're going to give him the escape point. I think they did. They gave him the escape point. Said he came out the face, and good job by Chapin.
So it's 2-1 now. I thought Mathis was going to control that position he had, but credit Swindell on the escape.
Right, if you're in a Hassman's position and you just lay flat, you're going to go to your back. Chapin did a good job getting his butt in the air and his hips out and then coming up the face to his feet. But once again, BHP started down, so Chapin really needs to try and get some back points here. Otherwise, he does not want to give up a reverse or escape because that'll tie the match. Or actually, that'll put him in a bigger hole. And once again, BHP has gotten an escape and is now up by 3-1, so it's a takedown game. Chapin needs to get a takedown here to tie this score up.
Yeah, he desperately needs back points. Swindell for Chapin. BHP leading by a deuce here, 3-1, 1:23 remaining in this match.
Oh, and there's a slip. That's unfortunate. Good counter by BHP, and 4-point lead now. Chapin is really going to have to get moving here if he wants to win this match.
Well, 5-1 now for Mathis and BHP. Nine to 3 Belton-Honea Path on the team score, and 5-1 here in this match. Mathis trying to close out Swindell. and add to BHP's cushion. He's got that left arm tucked back.
And Chapin just got called for stalling.
Now he's going to slip under the left leg. And out of bounds, so back to the center circle with 37 seconds left in the clock here in the third and final period. And if you're Swindell and Chapin, you've got to be thinking takedown.
You got to be thinking probably reversal right here and putting him on his back, or a quick escape and a takedown to his back. You got to make up 4 points, and that's pretty hard to do. But he's not going to get anywhere just laying there. So he really needs to work up to his base and move. But to BHP's credit, you know, he's putting a lot of pressure on the top and making it very difficult for Chapin to move.
Mathis controlling that left wrist. Gets it out from beneath Swindell and on top of his back.
And another stall call against Chapin, giving BHP another point.
Makes it 6-1 now, and that's going to do it. Another decision by BHP, and they lead 12-3 now. So out of 4 matches, BHP has won 3. Chapin with only 3 points. That came from their 138-pounder, Touchberry.
Well, Chapin's going to feel fairly confident here as one of their big guns and senior leaders, Chase Owens, is out on the mat. He placed 3rd last year at the state, but he's up against a pretty tough kid from Belton-Honea Path in Markel Johnson, who was a state qualifier last year at 112, or back in 2009. So this should be a pretty good match, but I think Chapin's looking to get points here.
152-pounders, Markel Johnson in red for BHP. Chase Owens, the senior, for Chapin. Owens to the left of your screen there, shoots in.
Owens likes to shoot low singles from the outside. That's kind of his bread and butter move. Needs to set him up a little bit better and maybe misdirection a little bit to get this kid off balance, because the BHP wrestler looks very athletic and agile. But Owens has got in deep on this shot. He's got the legs. He's got to keep trying to improve his position. He's going to try and split the middle. He's coming out the back, and good job by Owens to get that takedown. Nice takedown.
So Owens with 2 points quickly here in the first. And he's got Johnson in the tight spot.
He's got the arm trapped. He's stepped over. He's looking for a fall. Big win for Chapin.
That was fast, too. 54 seconds remaining in the first, and the senior, Chase Owens, comes up with the first pinfall of the day for the Chapin Eagles, and the Eagles are right back into this now, trailing by 3.
And that's what you want from one of your senior leaders. You want him to come out there and get the big, and do the big move and get the big points and get the crowd fired up and get the crowd back into it. Good job, and it's like a murderer's row now for Belton-Honea Path, because here comes Scott Swindell, who's Chapin's defending state champ.
Older brother of Chad Swindell. Scott is the senior. Defending state champion.
Defending state champ has been having a very good season, and as I said, he's fun to watch on the mat. He's a funk wrestler, likes to run legs.
And he is in the blue, Swindell in the blue for Chapin. To the right of your screen, Deontay Brown on the mat in the red for Belton-Honea Path.
And if Swindell has a weakness, it's on his feet. He's more comfortable on the mat. So if Belton-Honea Path is going to take advantage of Swindell, he's going to need to do it in the neutral position. But Swindell's got a tight headlock, and he's running his hips around. They're going to go. Oh, that was close. They went out of bounds. Swindell still had his feet in. It maybe could have been a takedown, but the referee felt that they were too far out of bounds, that BHP was on the hardwood of the basketball court.
Deontay Brown had lost his headgear. No score here in the 6th match of the championship. Scott Swindell and Deontay Brown, both wrestlers on their feet here, just feeling each other out right now. Swindell
Pass by
Brown
attempt.
in.
Tries to pass by. He's not got his head, but I don't think he's going to score there. No, they come back out. BHP did a good job of countering that. Tries a shot of his own. Doesn't quite get it. Backhand fight.
And the official.
I think the official called a stalemate. BHP had the wrist tied up. This is an official that has a lot of college wrestling experience, so he'll call a lot of things a lot quicker than your typical high school wrestling official.
It's Dino White, who has a lot of experience. Very well respected, highly regarded official here in South Carolina and around
He's
the
the lead.
Southeast.
He's the lead official in the Upstate, and as I said, he does a lot of high school off-season national tournaments, and he does some college matches. So he has a lot of experience doing this. Been doing this probably 20-some years.
Another stalemate. 4 seconds remaining. No score here in the first period. It's a 12-9 BHP lead. BHP winning the first 2 matches by a decision in pinfall. Chapin winning the third by decision. Then BHP a decision in the 4th. And then Chase Owens, the senior for Chapin, notches a pinfall in our last match to bring that score to 12-9.
I think the BHP coaches made a very good choice here. They told their wrestler to take the neutral position. They realized that if that's Swindell's weaker position, and they don't want him to get underneath Swindell, so they had him go neutral, and I think that was a smart choice.
Do you think the coaches want Brown to shoot in?
They want him to be able to try and get a takedown here. But right now he's in trouble. Swindell's got a very tight front headlock. He switched it off to a near side cradle. Yeah, this kid's in a lot of trouble right now. If Swindell can keep him in, he can get backs, and they go out. Swindell gets the takedown points, but is not able to get the back points as the official calls him out of bounds.
2 points for Swindell, so our first points of the match come with a minute and a half in the second period. Swindell on top, hooks that left leg over.
And this is Swindell's power position here. Riding legs with a power half. He turns a lot of people with this move, and he's turning BHP. A BHP kid is doing a great job of fighting and not breaking that 45-degree angle. Nice job.
It was a good job by Deontay Brown, senior for Belton-Honea Path, going against Scott Swindell, also a senior. Swindell with a lot of experience, a lot of accolades.
This could be a rough 2 minutes, though, for BHP. Swindell's like a leech when he gets on top, especially when he gets both his boots in like he has now. Running that power half, it puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the back, the neck, the hips, the shoulders. He's looking to break that 45. He's getting close. But no, BHP's doing a very good job of fighting out of it. This young man looks to be very strong.
Swindell in blue on top. Brown struggling on his stomach, but preventing Swindell from gathering points. Stalemate calls with 21 seconds remaining here in the second period. Top position will be taken by Scott Swindell. Swindell quickly there. Was going for, I thought, a Nelson, but Brown was able to move that wrist down.
He's got him in a tilt position. He's got that arm trapped around his waist in a tilt. He got his back points, but he's got to get his hips up now and be careful not to give up the reversal. He's got to get his hips up, but BHP is doing a very good job, and he should get an escape for that. See if the officials award it. Did they award? It probably should be 2 back points for Chapin and maybe an escape. Oh, they gave the reversal. They gave back points for Chapin and they gave a reversal to BHP. Chapin's coaches are telling him to choose top. He's got a 3-point lead. Let's see if they change the points. They're signaling 2 back points. So it might be 4-2. I think it's going to be 4-2, yes, 4-2. There was 2 back points awarded and then 2 reversal points.
4-2. 2 minutes remaining in this match. We're in the third and final period, and this has been a fun one to watch here.
Ooh, Swindell's going for a banana split. This is a very uncomfortable position for the bottom man. Puts a lot of pressure on his groin area. And he's got him over. But BHP's very athletic and agile young man. He's doing a very good job. But he needs to get his butt in the air and try and get out that back door and get a reversal and tie the score up. If he just stays on bottom like that, Swindell is just going to keep pounding on him and putting pressure.
Swindell slides that left leg inside the knee of Brown. Now he gets the right one in there, and he's just riding Brown now with 1:10 remaining. BHP's Brown is going to have to be very, very cautious about getting called for stalling.
He's trying to work, but it's very difficult when a good leg rider is riding you like that. It's very difficult to improve your position. And Swindell is expending a lot of energy fighting this kid. I imagine that watching this kid wrestle, I imagine he is very powerful and strong, and it's taking a lot out of Swindell. See if he can get him back down. He's climbed back on. He's in a dangerous position here. He's got to be careful.
Going to maintain his balance.
Looks like he's got it under control, and he's flattened BHP out again. And you can see that shoulder, how far that's getting pulled over, and all the pressure that he's putting on with that power half. Very tough position, and he's going to go over. Swindell's got to balance out, balance out. There hasn't been a 2 count yet, I don't think. There's been no 2 counts, so there's no back points. Nice job, BHP, not giving up back points, and he might be able to get the reversal, and he does.
How about that?
Ties up the match.
Deontay Brown with the reversal, ties it up. Mouthpiece comes sailing out.
Swindell is in on a single, but he's only got 15 seconds, or they're going to overtime. He needs to keep working here, trying to get that corner. He needs to keep walking up, circle, and get the corner. I think they're just going to be happy to go to overtime.
How about that for Deontay Brown to be trailing by 2 points to the defending champion, gets the reversal and forces overtime.
Fantastic job. Both these young men are just out there battling, giving it their all, and you can tell they both look like they're a little tired right now and worn out because they've been expending so much energy. This might not be the highest scoring match we've seen today, but this is a very good match.
Bill, explain overtime for us.
We're going to start in a 1-minute sudden victory overtime period where whoever scores first, whether it be a takedown or penalty points, wins the match. If it's still tied after this period, if there's still 0-0 or 4-4, they'll go into a ride-out where each wrestler will have a choice in a 30-second period to choose a position to try and score.
Stalemate called there by our head official, Dino White. Got to think that Deontay Brown would want to try to go for the legs right here, because if there is a weakness for Scott Swindell, you say it's his legs.
Right. He wants to score here and get this match over with, because if it goes to a ride-out situation, Swindell obviously, and Swindell got the takedown. That was close. BHP was still in on Chapin's leg, but Chapin got around and secured with his leg the leg of BHP, but that was a close call.
So a decision.
Obviously, BHP isn't happy with that, and I can kind of understand that. It maybe should have gone another couple seconds to see what would have happened, but Chapin did meet the criteria for a takedown by securing that back leg.
And now we're tied 12-12. You said that Chapin is throwing out their murderer's row here.
Right. They've got another senior who was a state runner-up last year, Devin Lawrence, and he's a battler. He gets after it. He's technically very sound. He's very active. You see that he's dropping to a knee, wrestling low, but BHP is going for an upper body and just kind of muscles him up and does a good job, but Chapin keeps moving and comes out on top. Very good sequence.
That's Zach Farmer on the mat for BHP in the red singlet. He is in trouble right now, though, as Devin Lawrence has the upper hand, but we're tied 2 apiece.
tell you what, I really thought BHP was going to score there, but credit to Chapin for just continuing to move and not giving up the points and coming out on top from a very difficult position.
Devin Lawrence for Chapin on top. Zach Farmer.
And it looks like they gave BHP the takedown and then gave Chapin a reversal. So it's a tie score. And I think that's deserving. BHP did a really good job there, getting the body lock and bringing him down to the mat. And Chapin just kept moving and got that reversal right away. And if you'll notice, BHP's lining up with his legs together to try and keep Chapin from doing what he's doing right now, which is put his legs in.
Devin Lawrence, the senior, on top of Zach Farmer. Farmer also a senior for Belton-Honea Path.
BHP seems to be clamping up down there, trying not to let the Chapin guy really work. He's got to be careful here, or he will get called for stalling pretty quick. You know,
Lawrence
does a good job of keeping Chapin from putting his legs back in.
Lawrence trying to find an angle here.
But I'll tell you what, when those Chapin kids want to get their legs in, they find a way to do it. And it's a very tough ride right now. BHP is really going to have to work hard to get back to his base.
Devin Lawrence very active on top.
Once again, BHP got dinged for stalling, laying on his stomach, but as I said, it's hard when someone's got your legs in. Oh, a nice move by BHP. He's got the escape. Good job by BHP to get away there. It took the stall call to kind of get him fired up and moving.
And that puts Belton-Honea Path on top now 3-2 as we move to the second period.
Once again, scoring at the end of the period, can't answer those points, so that's a big advance for BHP, getting that point right as the period ended.
Devin Lawrence, as you see right there, the head coach for the Chapin Eagles, Ken Wilson. Devin Lawrence for Chapin had a very good individual tournament last year in the state championships.
Yes, he did, making the finals, finishing runner-up at 171.
The officials talking to our official scorekeeper. Score remains at 3-2 as we start the second period.
Chapin needs to get his hips away. He needs to try and switch there on the way down. He doesn't. BHP, good return to the mat. He's got his wrist tied up. He's going to look to try and break him flat, putting in a half. Now he's going to try and ride legs. BHP's got his legs in, trying to dish out a little bit of the medicine he was taking last period.
And Zach Farmer now on top for BHP, trying to scoop that left
Oh, and
elbow.
He's going for a three-quarter Nelson. Hard to get. Nice job by Chapin. Belton-Honea Path wrestler went for a three-quarter Nelson and kind of got a little bit out of position and gave Chapin the opening to get out and get that reversal. Good job.
Yeah, Lawrence able to spring away. Good job by the senior Devin Lawrence.
So now Chapin has got a 1-point lead. It's 4-3. And BHP's down again, and he's got his legs closed, hoping that he can't get his legs in, but he's got to really fire up to his feet if he wants to keep the legs from coming in from the top man. And he's got to make sure that he's working to get back to his base, because if he just lays on his stomach gesturing at the ref that he can't do anything, the official's going to call him for stalling again, and he will give up a point next call.
Well, Bill, you said before this championship got underway, you expected to see a lot of decisions.
Right, and there was another stall call against Belton-Honea Path that gets Chapin a point.
And so far, your prediction has
Peterson roll. That's a Peterson by Belton-Honea Path that gets him 2 for reversal. Very nice maneuver.
And we're even again, 5 apiece.
This is a very exciting, even match, to be honest. BHP looking for that cradle. He's now in on a single. He's still in control. No change of control here. Chapin needs to get his leg back and either spin around for reversal or come up neutral for a point, as Belton-Honea Path is still in control. Chapin needs to score 2 points, but no. Belton-Honea Path is going to take him out of bounds with 8 seconds left, still in control. Nice job by the Belton-Honea Path wrestler.
Been very impressed with Zach Farmer. Really impressed with both of these wrestlers.
Both wrestlers are really giving it their all and going after it. I think we anticipated an exciting team match, and I think so far we've been getting that. Chapin tried to switch, really didn't get his legs or his hips out, and that'll end that period.
So we move into the third period tied 5-5. We've already had one overtime, and that was in the last match, which was taken by Chapin to tie the team score at 12 apiece. Devin Lawrence will start out on top.
Once again, he's breaking the Belton-Honea Path wrestler flat to his stomach. Belton-Honea Path has got to work up. He's been hit for stalling now, giving up a point. He doesn't want to give up another point and give the advantage to Chapin.
Yeah, he's got to show some movement, Zach Farmer. Now he's able to slide onto his knees, but Devin Lawrence still working him hard from on top.
No, but he does have Chapin's foot, and Chapin is getting a little high, so if he keeps working here, he might have a chance to get his reversal, but Chapin's kind of secured him here and is in a good position. They're called stalemate.
That's a good call by the official.
You can tell looking at these wrestlers the strain that this match is. They've worked so hard in this match, and the strain's starting to show.
Now what is our official, Dino White, telling the wrestlers?
He's making sure that they're lined up correctly on top, that he puts his chin in the correct position. Oh, nice move by BHP to get the escape. So now the onus is on Chapin to try and get a takedown. Got to score here.
6-5, Belton-Honea Path.
On BHP's going for a body lock. He's obviously, and he's going to get the takedown here, I think. Nope. They're going to call it out and still neutral. Good call by the officials. Chapin readjusted his weight and got himself out of a tricky position. But he's got to be careful. This Belton-Honea Path wrestler is obviously comfortable in the body locks.
And Belton-Honea Path, just when you think they're down, boy, they just pop right back up, and they can get a point or two in a flurry in the late moments of a match.
No quitting those kids, and just a simple spin behind right there, and he gets the takedown to go up by 3 now. And he's getting back points. This is going to be a big win for Belton-Honea Path.
This match was tied 5-5 going into the third. Now it's 8-5. Zach Farmer and Belton-Honea Path with 22 seconds remaining.
And if he changes his lock here, he'll get another 3 points, and there it is. It's now 11-5. This is no quit by the Belton-Honea Path wrestler. Now they've called stalling on Chapin.
11-5. As Farmer looks at the scoreboard, sees that time will expire, and Zach Farmer picks up the decision for Belton-Honea Path in what was a wonderfully wrestled contest there between Lawrence and Farmer. And Farmer's going to go over and show outstanding sportsmanship as he goes over to the Chapin bench just to give Lawrence one more high five to say, man, you wrestled me a great match.
That was a very, very big win for Belton-Honea Path. I think Chapin was expecting to win that match, maybe not with bonus, but to win a decision there, and that Belton-Honea Path kid just kept coming. Good victory, and that really puts them in a driver's seat right now.
We're halfway home, folks. That was match number 7. We wrestled 14 matches for the trophy. We are now in the 182-pound category, and for Chapin, we've got Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage in the blue for the Chapin Eagles.
And he's a senior, 2-time state qualifier, and he's going up against an unranked kid, so I'm sure Chapin's looking to win this match and probably score a little bit bonus, but the way these Belton-Honea Path kids are wrestling, I don't think anything's for sure.
Caleb Bowie, the sophomore, is on the mat in the red for Belton-Honea Path. Brundage is a senior for Chapin.
And I'll tell you what, the sophomore isn't in awe of the state qualifying senior. He's coming at him.
Caleb Bowie in the red bottom of your screen. facing Cody Brundage for Chapin. Bowie trying to go for a pass there, it looked like, Bill.
Yeah, he was trying to pass by. Well, they're both staying pretty even, hand fighting pretty hard. You know, Brundage needs to try and control these ties a little bit more and set up his leg attacks. He's been letting the BHP wrestler dictate the pace for this first minute.
And I've been corrected, that's Rocky Withers that's in for BHP.
Brundage is in on an outside single. He's trying to scramble, good little scramble situation. He will get the 2 takedown.
Withers is a junior. So points there for Chapin. They lead 2-0 with Cody Brundage on top of Rocky Withers.
Once again, Chapin's in riding legs, very comfortable with legs in the power half position.
He's got that right leg splitting the middle of Rocky Withers as the first period comes to a close. We'll move to the second here with Cody Brundage leading 2-0. Belton-Honea Path leading on the overall scoreboard 15-12.
And I believe Belton-Honea Path had choice, and I think they chose neutral, so they'll be back on their feet. And obviously they don't really want to be on bottom against these leg riding Chapin kids. But he's going to have to get some points here. If he's picking neutral, he's going to need to get a takedown.
Withers backs away, now shoots in.
Did not set up that shot. He's going to have to do a better job setting up the shot so he can get past Chapin's hands-head defense. Little pass by attempt, nothing doing. He probably needs to reshoot off of that. Now he takes a single, he doesn't get it. Brundage has got him. Oh, he's got him in a Burl Nelson right here, and he will get the points. And BHP's got to watch out that he doesn't go to his back. Chapin's going to look to roll him through. And he's got him rolled, but they will be out of bounds, so he won't give up back points.
4-0. Cody Brundage. All Chapin needs is a decision to
not this match
tie this match again. Yep. Cody Brundage tight on that
trying to suck him back. He's going to get back points and probably the fall here. Got it. Big match for Chapin.
That is huge. They take the lead with only their second pinfall of the championship. This one coming from Cody Brundage.
And that's got the Chapin fans fired back up.
There you see the Chapin Eagle fans. Now we move to the 195-pound class. Ryan Moore on the mat here for Chapin.
No points. Good little scramble situation. I know Moore's a brawler. He's a straight-ahead kind of tank, brawling wrestler. But this Belton-Honea Path kid looks like he's cut from the same cloth. So this should, a little action off the mat.
And that is Caleb Bowie now on the mat.
These wrestlers are fired up. This is going to be a good match.
Caleb Bowie, left of your screen in red for Belton-Honea Path. Sophomore. And Brundage, or excuse me, Ryan Moore for Chapin. Out of bounds. And back to the center circle. Both of these wrestlers really amped up, it seems, Bill. I mean, they're going at it.
There's some nail-chewing intensity out on that mat right now. They're both looking for a scrap. And that should make for an exciting match.
Shooting in is Bowie. Ryan Moore does a good job of
gets a
his
reshot.
base.
Nice reshot by Chapin. Needs to finish here. He's trying to take him to his back there. He just really needs to settle him down and get his points. There, he should get points here.
Trying to roll him over for the pinfall, but Bowie able to slip onto his stomach, but back points indeed for Chapin.
Nice job by Chapin. Started that off on a reshot and just kept with it.
Nice position there by Ryan Moore, but Bowie is able to hop up and run away. Now moving in to the center circle. Ryan Moore pushes Bowie back. Ryan Moore doing a great job of evading that shoot.
And they're calling Belton-Honea Path stalling for fleeing the action.
Close match though, 3-2 is your score. Waning moments of the first period.
Tell you what, these two wrestlers are just getting after it. Oh, very nice hot fireman's carry by Chapin. Excellent. Got BHP leaning into him, pressuring into him, and then hit that fireman's carry for the takedown at the buzzer. Big points for Chapin.
Good 2-point pickup there for Ryan Moore. And the Eagles lead 5-2.
And Coach Wilson for Chapin is telling his wrestler to settle it down a little bit and conserve his energy. I'm sure he's worried about it, all the energy that they're expending out there, not wanting them to run out of gas by getting too fired up and getting in bad positions.
Second period now. Ryan Moore and Chapin leading 5-2. Moore seems to be more of the aggressor here in this match, Bill.
It seems like it's turned that way. I think Belton-Honea Path started out very aggressive, but now, he's got a little bit of the fight taken out of him. He's letting Chapin control, but he's got to be careful. He's already been warned for stalling for backing out of the mat one time. He's got to stay in the center and keep working. And there he is. He's hit again. And that's a point for Chapin.
6-2. Loud Chapin fans here behind us encouraging Ryan Moore. Moore trying to...
Better be careful here. He's got to keep his hips up. He should just come out and face here. Give up on the position or he's going to give up the takedown, which he did.
Good move there by Bowie for BHP.
And now Bowie's got to be careful. Moore's has the leg. He's starting to come out in the face. He's got to readjust. He needs to try and drive into Moore and flatten him out. And keep control here. He's getting a little too high. He's looking for backs. He might get it. No, Moore's got his head. This is dangerous for BHP. If Moore can keep sucking that head in and circle away and pop his head out, he'll get the reversal. Or the stack. Comes out with the reversal. Very nice job by Chapin. A lot of good mat awareness there to know where the BHP's kid's head was and to work his way out of that situation.
Yeah, excellent ankle move. Going over the toe. Ryan Moore showing good hustle there, Bill.
I think we might have some blood on the Chapin wrestler. He might have picked up a cut. And he'll have 5 total minutes of blood time allotted. And as soon as the blood flow is stopped, they'll stop the blood time clock.
Ryan Moore comfortably ahead right now, 8-2 with 27 seconds remaining. Chapin picking up a huge pinfall in the last match by Cody Brundage. That was really big for Chapin.
Very big for Chapin, and they were looking for some bonus there. They needed it after they got upset at the 170-pound weight class.
Pino White comes over to check on Ryan Moore. And Moore is ready to go. 27 seconds remaining here in the second. It seems that Ryan Moore is starting to wear down that BHP wrestler.
I think so. Both wrestlers have expended a tremendous amount of energy in this match. They came out so hard against each other, just brawling in the first period.
Bill, as far as the off-season workouts go for these championship wrestlers, do you prefer just a lot of cardio, a lot of morning runs?
I think during the season you do a lot of cardio. In the off-season, if they're not training for a particular event, really just working on polishing up their technique, teaching them some new technique, and getting them in the weight room to improve their overall strength. Because once you get into the season, it's a lot harder to, when you're cutting weight and you're training hard, it's harder to get a good lift in. So you're really probably not going to improve on your strength. You're just trying to maintain. So during the summer, they want to lift a good bit and really work on technique. And then during the season, they're going to do a lot of cardio work with running and with just up-tempo practice.
Bowie mounting Ryan Moore. It's Bowie for BHP in the red on top.
And he's got to look for some. He's got to look for some back points here. Chapin had just got called for stalling. But to be honest, Belton-Honea has got to get some back points here. They're going to win this match, and they've got it.
Good pin. He did. Oh, how about that?
Wow.
Out of nowhere.
Wow.
What an upset.
Big upset. Big upset, and Moore's kind of stunned. He doesn't think his shoulders were down, but the ref called it big upset. And I really wasn't in a position to see. I thought the Chapin wrestler was stacked, but I wasn't sure if his shoulder blades were down, but obviously that's what the official saw. Big, big win for Belton-Honea.
And that's what Chris Strickland for Belton-Honea needs. He needs to find one of those little diamonds in the rough.
Right.
One of those that you may not have counted on when you look at the ledger. Trying to get one of those little surprises, and they get it there as we now move to the 220-pound weight class. Brandon Owens on the mat for Chapin in blue.
You really touched on it when nice takedown by BHP. When coaches are looking at their tactics prior to a match, escape by Chapin, they try and figure out what lineups they're going to see and how it's going to match up, and then they figure out points, and they say, well, this guy will probably get us some bonus here, and this guy will get us a decision, but we'll lose here, and what can we do? They try and figure that out. And when an upset like that happens, it throws the whole game plan asunder.
So BHP now reclaiming the lead, 21-18, and on the mat for the Bears is Dustin Schuler. Schuler in the red, facing off with Brandon Owens, the senior from Chapin.
And this is the third Owens. He's the cousin of the two brothers that we've already seen wrestle. He's a state qualifier. I believe he's a senior this year. Comes from a good wrestling family. Both his brothers wrestled. And he's looking for his own fall right here. This would be big for Chapin to get this pinpoints back. If he can get him down, he's got the back points. He's got to try and circle him down. Get that one shoulder down.
Can he get it? Schuler doing a good job.
Needs to circle and get his hips down. Keep circling. There you go. He's in good enough. Sink that half in deep and get chest to chest, and he should get the fall.
There it is.
And there's the fall.
And that's big for Chapin.
Nice.
Wow, Bill, we just go back and forth and back and forth.
Seesaw battle. Two great teams battling it out here.
3 pinfalls in a row. 2 for Chapin, 1 by BHP, and that's big points for Brandon Owens. But you've got to think that, you know, that's one that Ken Wilson thought he would have in the bag.
I think so. And that was a big win. Getting those points back after that kind of surprising upset pin, the weight class before. And now we got the big men. And these two look very evenly built in size. Belton-Honea might have a little bit more of a weight advantage, but they're both kind of short, stout fellas.
Adam Thompson for Chapin in the blue.
Nice.
Zach Bolton in the red for BHP.
Nice getting BHP off balance and snapping him down, spinning around for the easy 2. Good job by Chapin there.
So Adam Taylor with the 2-point lead. Chapin leading 2-0. And Taylor will take top position here on Zach Bolton.
And Chapin's going to choose the optional start, and whether this is just to cut him or whether he's going to look for a near side cradle. He's looking for a near side cradle here. Didn't get it, so he just goes back into his control position, but no, he's going to give up an escape there. Oh, 2 for a reversal. Officials awarded Belton-Honea the reversal there. And Chapin's going to start back down on bottom.
So we're tied 2 apiece. Taylor on bottom now and Bolton on top. Taylor for a heavyweight. He is very agile, very nimble.
Very active. Both these fellas are very, and we've seen some very active heavyweights in the matches tonight. Good motion by Heavy, which is key to really really winning at this weight, where you can wrestle somebody that can weigh a lot more than you because of the huge weight difference from 220 all the way up to 285.
And a lot of times especially in the 285-pound weight class, you see a lot of the fight on the feet, standing up.
Right.
You don't see a lot of the heavies using the mat a lot, and I like to seeing this here between Bolton and Taylor. Both of these big men very comfortable working on the mat.
They seem so. They you know, there's a lot of action on their feet, which you don't necessarily always get from the heavyweights. And then when they're on the mat, they are really getting after it, working to improve their positions. The one thing you do not want to do as a heavyweight, though, is go to your back, because once you get all that weight up on top of you, it's almost impossible not to get pinned.
Here you see a look at Adam Taylor and his coaches, Ken Wilson in the blue shirt, the head coach, flanked by his assistant Logan Kubik. And there's the fans here from Chapin. It's a wonderful crowd on hand here at the gymnasium at Dreher High School in Columbia, South Carolina. So glad you could be with us. This 3A state championship has been a lot of fun. We've got one more to go, too, and that one's going to be a doozy as well.
And that could be the deciding match.
Bolton working that right ankle. Can only hold it for 5 seconds. Now moving to the inner knee. Nice flip over there by Adam Taylor.
He tried kind of a Granby roll, it looked like. Didn't quite pull it off. Good job by BHP for being aware. But BHP's got a power half to the wrong side. I think he's kind of lucky he's not getting rolled there. Chapin's working, but
I'm just very impressed with the nimbleness of both of these big men.
Right. BHP has got seems like he's got a lot of body awareness and how to shift his weight, where to put pressure, because Chapin's tried to roll him a couple times and has not been able to get it. Chapin's going to defer, choice the Belton-Honea path, and Belton-Honea path wrestler is going to choose the bottom position.
We're tied 2 apiece. Adam Taylor for Chapin, Zach Bolton for Belton-Honea path. Adam Taylor is a senior. Bolton, he's just a sophomore.
Wow.
Taylor working on the back now, switching over, circles around. Gets one hook in on Bolton. Double hooks now for Adam Taylor. Takes that left arm.
Oh, and he's got a half. He's got him on his back, and this could be it. Once a heavy gets on top of him, that is it.
Back-to-back pinfalls for Chapin. And just like that, Bill, the lead changes again.
This is going to put a lot of pressure on these 2 lightweight matches we got coming up.
That should make it 30-21. The scoreboard operator has not updated the board yet. There it goes. It's now indeed 30-21.
This is
in
still
favor of Chapin.
This is still anybody's match.
Yeah.
Anybody's match. We got two weight classes left, and
it's all on the lightweights now. We've got the 106, the 113, and the 120s left.
Right, and right away Chapin gets hit for stalling for backing out of bounds. Not the way he wanted to start off that match.
So the 106-pound weight class, we've got George Dreher for Chapin.
And I'll tell you right now in these opening seconds, Belton-Honea pass seems a little more confident on their feet. Nice pass by, and he gets the 2-point takedown.
Job Sherrod is your wrestler for Belton-Honea path in the red. Sherrod is a sophomore.
And SC Matt's got him ranked 5th in the 3A classification. So this is obviously a good wrestler, and he's probably had a good many victories this year.
George Dreher for Chapin.
And I know that this is not a match that Chapin was probably counting on winning. That's why they were trying to get their points in their middle and upper weights.
Dreher trying to pop up, he does. Trying to get out of the wrist lock there.
He's trying to break that grip so he can get his hips free, but he doesn't do it. Belton-Honea returns him to the mat, and it's got a half in, pulling him over his knee, and he will have him on his back, and this could be huge if he can get a fall. Chapin, good job of fighting out of it and getting out of bounds.
Job Sherrod, just a sophomore, but he looks older than his years to me. I mean, he's really talented out there. Nice technique.
I'm thinking he's been wrestling for a few years.
Going to take Dreher to the mat here. Sherrod working hard. And not only is he using his arms, his upper body, his legs, but he's also using his head as well.
Yeah, this, wrestling's a full, you use every muscle, every part of your body, really. You'll do whatever you can because it's not a ball sport. All you have is your body. So yeah, he's going to be pushing with his head. He's going to be driving with his legs. He's going to be using his hands to tie the kid up. He's going for a tilt here. Got the leg split, no points.
Dreher able to work his way out of that position, and Sherrod has a 4-point lead as we move into the second period. Chapin leading by 9, 30-21, with 2 matches remaining after this.
Chapin has got to make sure that they do not give up a pin here. If they give up a pin here, they could be in trouble. So they've got to at least if not win the match, try and only lose by a decision or even a major. But this BHP wrestler is keeping the pressure on him and really working him over.
Yeah, and if you're BHP, this is not the time to heave up a half-court shot.
No.
You can still
work him. You still got time left in this match, and he's got him on his back. He's been turning him, so. But to Chapin's credit, he's fighting hard to stay off his back.
Dreher with a good move there.
He's going to give up points here, but I don't think he'll give up the fall if he can keep his shoulder coming through, balance out a little bit, and work his hips up.
Now quickly, Bill, because this could become pivotal just for our viewers who may be a little bit fresh to the sport of wrestling here. The difference in points between a decision and a major decision is just 1.
Right, but we're now in major decision territory. BHP's got a 9-0 lead, so they have a major decision as it stands right now. And he's working. If he gets 6 more points, 6 more unanswered points, that's a technical fall, and that's 5 team points. Yeah. So that's pretty big. So Chapin really needs to try and get out here, get out from under the bottom, because he is getting turned.
Belton-Honea looking for 4 points here on the decision if this score stays the same. Sherrod very active, trying to put his BHP Bears on his back to mount a rally.
Uh-oh, Chapin is in trouble here. That's deep, a deep half. And there's still 30 seconds left.
Dreher fighting hard, trying to avoid the pinfall.
BHP needs to settle his weight back, try and get his hips back down.
There he goes, trying to shift his body over a little bit. Dreher is doing an excellent job of staying active and avoiding the pinfall. Can Sherrod get it with 7 seconds left? 6. This would be huge for the Bears. That's time.
Wow. Nice job by Chapin not giving up the pin. He was on his back for over 30 seconds. That's very, very difficult, as BHP had that tight. And now we're giving a 1 point for a technical violation. I think Chapin must have grabbed the headgear or the singlet or something. Chapin's a little shaken up, I think, so I think they're going to start injury time. And you have a 1.5 minute injury time to shake off your injury, and if after a 1.5 minutes that you cannot continue to go, you forfeit the match. But I think think Chapin's just trying to shake off a lot of pressure on his shoulder and catch his breath a little bit, because he still has another 2 minutes and he's down 13-0.
Yeah, Sharon was really tweaking that shoulder. Yeah, we're heading into the third period after this injury time here. And Dreher trying to catch his breath for Chapin, trailing 12-0. No, they did put another point up, didn't they? It was at a technical point, so it's 13-0.
There was a technical violation of some kind by the Chapin wrestler, probably grabbing a headgear or singlet or something from the bottom, trying to stay off his back.
And Jared only needs one more point for the technical.
Two more.
Two more, yes.
2 more, 15 points. So if he's able to get some more back points, get some more back points, this match will end with a technical fall, and that'll be big points for BHP, but I'm sure BHP is going to want to try and get a pin to pick up that extra point.
Chapin fans breaking out the body paint. All right, we're starting the third period here. Sherrod starts right where he left off, on top of Dreher. Let's see if he'll start working that shoulder again. This is a very crucial match for Belton-Honea. They've already should secure 4 points.
He's got that arm bar deep, and Chapin's in trouble. Chapin is now has the technical fall, and he's going to look to try and keep him on his back and get the pin. If Chapin's able to get to his stomach and break the lock, they'll stop the match, and there it is, technical fall.
So 5 points for BHP.
So for the second straight year, the 3A final has come down to the final match. But BHP is in a little bit of a hole because they have to win by major decision. If they just win a regular decision, they'll be 1 point shy. Ooh, we got 2 more matches.
Got 2 more matches. Yeah, the 113 pounds and 120 pounds.
Okay, I was wrong. I thought this was the last match, but no, 2 more matches.
So here we go. Chapin leading by 4 points, 30-26, as the 113-pounders are on the floor. For Chapin, you've got Austin Reed in blue. And for Belton-Honea, I believe that might be Kyle Lowe.
And Chapin scores the first takedown. And gives up a reversal right away.
Actually, that's Parker Peoples for Belton-Honea. Tied 2-2. Austin Reed, a senior for Chapin, working against Peoples, who is a sophomore. Very young team for Belton-Honea.
Yeah, Chapin's going to be graduating some people this year.
Upperclassmen and underclassmen. Chapin, very senior-heavy team.
Tell you what, bottom man, Chapin wrestler needs to work here. This team's depending on him to ice this match. If he wins, it's iced, but if he loses this match, BHP is in it.
Well, all Chapin needs is a decision.
It's a decision. And then there'll be barring some kind of penalty point on top of a pin, they'd be assured of a victory.
And that's all Belton-Honea needs is a decision.
Right.
To force it into the 14th and final match.
So far, this one's been pretty even. A takedown and a reversal right off the bat.
Well, Bill, you said the fans were going to get their money's worth here in the 3A championship. Indeed they have.
I know I've been enjoying this match. A lot of good wrestling, a lot of intense wrestling. I think we have another blood timeout, BHP.
For Belton-Honea and for Chapin. Bill, I'm going back to match number 9, the 195-pound class, when Bowie pulled the upset.
Yes.
Scored the pinfall.
Big match for BHP. It just wasn't an upset win. It was an upset with a pin, and that was huge for them.
Yeah, that was over Devin Lawrence, who
I'm sure
outstanding wrestler for Chapin.
I know that wasn't Chapin's plan, and that really kept BHP in this match.
30 seconds remaining here in the first. BHP trying to roll him over, going for the pinfall, but he avoids.
Nice job, and I don't think there's any back points awarded there.
Austin Reed able to keep his shoulders up. People's trying to roll him over.
He's got an arm bar in, and he's trying to work it. Arm bar in the far wrist.
Time is going to expire, though. That's it for the first period. Tied at 2 apiece.
Chapin has choice, and they're going to defer.
What do you do here now that the choice is yours for Parker Peoples and BHP? Do you want neutral? Do you want bottom, top?
He's going to choose bottom and try and get some more points to break this deadlock, and I think that's smart because he did get a reversal before, so Chapin hasn't been successful thus far in riding him, so he probably feels confident that he can at least get an escape, if not a reversal.
And ultimately try to follow the escape or reversal up with some back points. That's really the ultimate goal.
If he gets an escape, he's going to want to try and get a takedown and then work the back. And he came close to getting an escape there and ran out of bounds. He's now looking like he's trying to get his hips over to get a reversal. He's turning in and potentially dangerous situation, and I think Chapin is hurt.
Yeah,
they gave
official right there. I mean, he just came springing in.
They have given BHP
quickly
a point for an escape, so they gave him the escape since they had to stop the situation for the injury.
And it appears Austin Reed has a prior injury. He has that one shoulder wrapped. Not sure if that was the shoulder that he took.
It looks that way. He's holding that arm close. He looks like he's in a lot of distress right now, and hopefully he'll be able to continue this match, because if he cannot continue, since it was not an injury caused by an illegal hold, he'll have to forfeit, giving Belton-Honea past 6 points. So hopefully he'll be able to tough this out and try and continue. But he does look like he's in an awful lot of pain in that shoulder.
Well, fans, the mission of the South Carolina High School League is to create and foster a wholesome athletic environment through fair competition, strong leadership, effective programs, and healthful practices, and encouraging excellence and developing productive citizens. That's the message from the South Carolina High School League. Jerome Singleton, Commissioner.
Okay, he is going to continue, but you can tell that he's having a lot of difficulty with that shoulder.
Let's take a look at the replay here, Bill. What do you see?
I'm not sure what happened. It just looked like, it really didn't look, it was incidental. It didn't look like BHP actually did anything. It just looked like his shoulder just went on it. And with shoulder injuries, oftentimes that can happen when the shoulder is that weak. Just a little bit of pressure the wrong way can injure it.
How about Austin Reed, though, battling through the injury?
It's very fortunate that they started back on their feet so that he's not getting a lot of pressure put from in the bottom position on that shoulder. But he's got to keep from getting taken down here.
Austin Reed showing his toughness, battling through the injury because he did not want to give up a forfeit.
No. And he's down by a point, but he really does not want to get on bottom, because obviously the BHP wrestler riding the arm bars that he does would not be good for that shoulder. He needs to find a way to score here.
Peoples pushing in on Austin Reed. Peoples in the red, Reed in the blue. Going for the shot is Peoples.
Chapin needs to do a better job when somebody shoots and is on their knees. You want to try and snap their head and get into your short offense situation and score. It's a good opportunity that was just missed. There's another stall call. That might be a point. I think that's the second call. No, they're saying it's the first call. BHP, yep, that is a point. So it's going to be a point against Chapin on the stall.
We're even now,
actually
3 apiece.
They need to change the scoreboard. They gave the point to BHP. It should be 4-2.
Yeah, they corrected. Yep, 4-2. Belton-Honea Path and Peoples. Belton-Honea Path can walk away with a decision here. They can force the final match for the state championship.
There's another quick stall point. That's another point for Belton-Honea Path. If Chapin gets called again, it'll be 2 points, and if he gets called one more time after that, it'll be disqualification.
Time expires here in the second with Peoples and Belton-Honea Path on top now 5-2, trailing by 4 on the team score.
And this is
Belton-Honea Path trying to force this to the 14th and final match, the 120-pounders with the championship on the line.
The Chapin coaches were suggesting that he choose the top position, but he shook them off and wanted to go on the bottom. And that's risky. He needs the points, but with his shoulder injured like that, it's very, that was a risky decision. He's going to have to move here. Potentially dangerous. Stopped it for the wrestler's safety.
Minute 46 remaining here. What has been a nail-biter of a 3A state championship. From the first match all the way to the 13th here. And one more possibly to go unless Austin Reed can rally for Chapin and post some points on a decision. People's really working.
And Chapin's got to be careful here. He's already been dinged for stalling several times. Oh, he's starting to get him over. He's getting his count.
Trying to get him on his back. If Peoples can get Reed over, he feels like he might have it. Just trying to flex his hips over. Reed able to get out of that somehow, some way.
Does a good job, and he wants to just hang on that leg there. They'll probably call a stalemate, but he wants to eat up some clock. I think now he's not looking so much for the victory, it's not to give up bonus points.
But points.
So
points for Belton-Honea Path.
There's another stall call, and that's 2. If Chapin gets called for stalling again, it's a disqualification. So Chapin really has to work. He's got 30 seconds here. He cannot lay around, or he'll be DQ'd, and Belton-Honea Path will get 6 points. And Belton-Honea Path coaches are wanting that stall call.
Reed trying to flip himself over, but Peoples is right there with the leverage.
He's got to work. He's got to work. It would be a gutsy call to DQ a kid in the state finals on stalling, but if he's not working, this referee will do it.
Time expires, and Belton-Honea Path draws within 1 point, and they force a 14th and final match for all the marbles. State championship trophy is on the line, and it's going to be on the shoulders of the 120-pounders.
Winner takes all in this match. Whoever wins this championship. But credit to that Chapin kid for, even though he was injured, keeping the points to just the decision, not giving up the bonus, fighting through that pain. But this is a big match, and it looks to me like the Belton-Honea Path wrestler has got a pretty good size advantage here. He looks a lot taller, and this could be a big matchup headache for Chapin. Belton-Honea Path in on that single leg right away with 2 points.
Will Tinbrussel is your wrestler for Chapin in the blue, and I believe that's Kyle Lowe on the mat for Belton-Honea Path. He's a senior, finished second in the state championships a year ago, so this could be advantage BHP.
Right, I think it is. And just looking at the size difference, you've got to give an advantage BHP, but this kid is obviously a very talented wrestler, being a runner-up and placing 3rd twice. So a very experienced, talented wrestler who also looks like he has a shoulder problem as well.
Kyle Lowe, the senior, working on Will Tinbrussel. Lowe for BHP, Tinbrussel for Chapin. 2-0 lead here for Belton-Honea Path. A decision wins the state championship for either wrestler.
Chapin bench is encouraging their wrestler to get off the bottom and move. But BHP has got him tied up looking for a Hassman's.
Just about this entire gymnasium on its feet.
And Belton-Honea Path, I think, it's just about got that Hassman's locked up. Just about got the lock. If he gets around and scoops the head, there could be some trouble for Chapin here.
He's trying to turn him. He gets him down. Can he get the pinfall? He just needs to get that right shoulder over. Working him is Lowe. Lowe thinks he has it, but our official is right there. Lowe getting some encouragement from his teammates, trying to roll Tim Bussell over to get the pinfall and take the state championship, but he's not there yet. Wow, time expires, saved by the buzzer as Tim Bussell and Chapin, and they'll live to fight another period. Yes. 5-0 though is the score.
BHP has chosen to go neutral.
Wow, there was a moment there when Dino White could just take out his American Express and swipe it right between the shoulder and the mat. Kyle Lowe.
Quick takedown. Chapin's back in that bad position on bottom.
Kyle Lowe for BHP. On top. Leading it here 7-0. Really tweaking that left arm. He's got it over.
He is. He's looking for that Hassmans again. This time he needs to try and lock it. Last time he locked on the Chapin wrestler's hand. He needs to really lock it up on the wrist. He's switched off now to an arm bar with the far wrist, and he's trying to walk over the head. And this could result in a pin. He's got both arms locked now. He could get the fall here.
Trying to use his length to get some extra leverage here. Scoots over just a hair. Now arches up. Tim Bussell fights out of it. 54 seconds remaining here in the second period. Now Kyle Lowe mounting the wrestler from Chapin. Good midsection hold there for Kyle Lowe. 10 points now here for Belton-Honea and Kyle Lowe. And the Bears in command here. In the 14th and final match, they trail by 1. The entire team on the back of Kyle Lowe here. Good move by Lowe.
This is going to be it.
Can Lowe get him all the way down? Yes, that's it. Kyle Lowe comes through, and the Belton-Honea Bears are your 2012 state champions, and the Chapin Eagles are foiled again.
BHP has got to be careful there. If you have fans run out on the mat, that could cost them a team point.
And BHP will win 35-30. What an exciting
There's going to be a
state championship.
And the fan that ran out on the mat has been ejected from the gymnasium.
I've got to go back. Turning point
yes.
in this match.
195.
Bowie for Belton-Honea in the 195. He got the pinfall. That was the 6 points I don't think that Belton-Honea was counting on.
I don't think they were expecting that, and I know Chapin wasn't expecting that result. That was the turning point of the match.
Bill, sum it up for us. I mean, this was something special.
Very, very good. For the second straight year, 3A state finals have come down to the final match, and very exciting. Belton-Honea coming from behind. I know the Chapin kids are really upset, but Belton-Honea showed their stuff today and came ready to wrestle, and they came out here and proved that they're not a fluke, that they deserve to be here and deserve to be state champs.
All right, folks, stick around. Stay with us. We've got the presentation ceremony of the awards. We'll crown the runner-up and the state champion. Belton-Honea 2012 state champs as they edge out Chapin. Don't go away. Keep it right here on the SCHSL Network. to head coach Chris Strickland and the Belton-Honea Path Bears, your 2012 Class 3A state wrestling champions, and a fantastic championship that goes all the way to the wire. You don't want to miss out on this one. Get yourself a DVD copy of this championship broadcast right now by checking out our DVD library at SCHSL.TV. Belton-Honea Path wins it in the 14th and final match as they take the trophy, eking out Chapin 35-30. This has been a production of Play On Sports. Folks, for all of our wonderful crew with Play On Sports, for Bill Pierce, I am Birch Antley saying so long from Columbia, South Carolina. We'll talk to you next time here on the SCHSL Network.